All right, and welcome back to episode 18 of the Alec Frengos Show. This is a sports podcast centered around NBA and NFL, and today we'll be going over the AFC North predictions. Dalvin Cook and Ezekiel Elliott sign. The Price is Right. Would you rather? 3 breakout players for this season, and more. First, before we get into this, I was doing a mock draft today. Fantasy mock draft. I want you guys to rank these players 1 to 3 fantasy value. Brandon Cooks, Gabe Davis, and Zay Flowers. Because I was kind of up in the middle of a mock draft. And I just thought to myself I needed a receiver, and I had those 3 options. I'm like, what am I gonna do here? And I'll tell you guys who I did take. But do you have a ranking? 1, 2, 3.
Brandon Cooks number 1.
Okay.
Just because I think that offense will pass a lot more than it did last year. And then I'd put Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis I'd put at 2. Same reasoning as Cooks. I think they're pretty close. Zay Flowers is just, he's a rookie and he's 3rd in the depth chart right now probably. So, yeah.
I'd go Cooks 1, Flowers 2, Davis 3. Davis is shit.
Like I think so. I think so.
Davis could go off for 40 though.
He's shit though.
Yeah, he just gets.
He's
but
a big
he
play
can't
guy.
do that.
That's it.
One big,
you can
big
sub
play.
in your lineup.
Big
He'll be a
play, he's
weekly
shit. He
winner.
can't do
That's why I
anything
like
else.
him.
Yeah, he's good.
What would
Watch
you
him
say?
twice a year. He's a ghost.
I'd go Cooks 1. I'd go Davis 2, Flowers 3.
I did take Cooks, but Cooks 1, Flowers 2, Davis 3. I think Zay Flowers can give you like on a day like consistent basis. I think he can give you 50 yards, 4 receptions. I think that's fair. That's 9 points, right? That's pretty good for a flex. But yeah, Gabe Davis, I'd rather have 9 points a week than 0.5 or 30.
1 catch, 50 yards. That's shit.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Anyways, yeah, I was just curious because, I don't know, I was kind of stuck in the moment. And there's, when you're doing mock drafts and you're like, even though it's a mock draft, like, who the heck do I take?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just kind of a thought. Quickly, we'll go over here if you guys want to touch on Dalvin Cook and Ezekiel Elliott, both signed with new teams. Dalvin Cook going to the New York Jets and Ezekiel Elliott going to the Patriots. What do you think here, Joey? We'll start with Cook.
With Dalvin Cook, well, I think it's good for them since Breece Hall. Like, they say he's healthy, but I don't know if he'll be, like, what his normal self going into week 1.
Mm-hmm.
So just having two people in the backfield that are very good, I guess it's good for them.
Yeah, I think this is good for the Jets team view. I know I don't know if you're going to get into the fantasy outlook kind of, but this is good for Breece Hall's long run because he is the future of that running back room, and I feel like to kind of maintain him. And then when Rodgers is obviously out in a couple of years, Breece Hall's the focal point of the offense again, like he was last year, honestly. But I think it's a good move for the Jets. Maybe a little bit too much money on the contract, but it's fine. You got to pay him.
Is it 1 year?
1 year, 8.7.
Yeah, and then
Doesn't even matter then.
Go ahead, Ryan.
No, I think it's a good move from a team standpoint. I mean, he's a good, reliable running back still. Having a good split when Breece Hall comes back gives him time to heal even more. Mm-hmm. But even if you give a 60-40 split between the two, like I think it's just a good vet running back partnered with a vet QB, and it's just like you can't go wrong with it. Like it's not like Cook's going to be garbage or anything. It's like it's just a fit where nothing can go wrong, in my opinion.
I agree. Go ahead, Jay.
I don't have much to add, honestly. I think it's smart for them to bring him in for the same reasons. Yeah, he's always been good. Like even on Minnesota, he's slowed down a little bit, but I don't think he's slowed down as much as people have thought. And I think lowering his volume will increase like his efficiency on his touches. So I think it's a good add.
Yeah. Ezekiel Elliott quickly. Yeah. Patriots. I think they really needed actually a backup running back because Ramondre Stevenson, and behind that was like Ty Montgomery.
Pierre Strong.
Yeah, I was going to say Pierre Strong, Kevin Harris, I believe, just a bunch of scrubs, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, I feel like it's good. Fantasy, once again, it's going to suck for some people that were super high on Ramondre, myself included, but a couple touchdowns he'll take from him, maybe a couple short down yardages he'll take, and it's good to take a little bit of pressure off Stevenson because he will be the workhorse in the offense in full, though. Go ahead.
Yeah, Zeke, he'll probably take away a few goal line touches like you said, but Stevenson, he'll get a bulk of the carry still and a lot of passing work, so I'm still high on him going into the season.
Go ahead.
That means for him going there, I don't know how much the Patriots will change their offense then. I mean, they bring in Zeke, power running back. It's like maybe they're going to continue to play the ground game run the ball, so maybe like that Juju addition might not be as good as we think. I mean, especially if they're just going to do these short passes, keep running it again. Because, I mean, I don't expect them to change their offense to super pass heavy if they're adding in a all-star caliber in Zeke Elliott. Like, I mean, fantasy, it will suck, but I think having a good balance between two running backs is always good. I mean, not relying on one guy, because then all it takes is one little injury and you're screwed.
Done,
so,
yeah.
I mean, when you got to get good depth in a strong division, everything is needed, really.
Of course, go ahead.
I don't have much else to add, honestly. He's just a touchdown merchant, so he'll steal like 5 touchdowns from Ramondre. But
One thing though, this Patriots offense is like obviously run heavy. One thing though, coming out of training camp, which some of you might laugh at, Tyquan Thornton's a legitimate deep threat for this team. I think he's going to open up Mac Jones a little bit here, because the Patriots didn't really have. He was hurt majority of the season, then he was a rookie, so he's kind of still getting worked in. I feel like to open up this Patriots offense, he's going to have to come up huge, like you said. Juju, he'll be pure slot like he was in Pittsburgh. So yeah, I think if Thornton can break out into somewhat of a decent wide out and a pretty good deep threat, I think this offense will actually be very underrated for the Patriots. They got the jump ball Parker, right? They got the Bourne that can coming in the slot. They got Gesicki coming in. He's just a receiver to me. He can't block for anything. And yeah, Hunter Henry's still there. They got a decent O-line. Tackles are a little shaky, but yeah. Patriots, I want to see Tyquan Thornton this year.
I'd love to see Malik Cunningham. I'd like one.
Honestly,
I'd like to see
receiver.
No,
or QB.
QB. I'd like to see one of these last 2 preseason games.
Oh, okay.
Give him one drive with the starters, on a drive, maybe 2 drives with the starters, and actually see what he does. Because if he actually does good and he's slinging the ball like just what Mac Jones can do, he has a whole upside with running that Mac Jones can't do. So it's
that's kind of like what people thought of Lamar. Obviously, same college. I joked around. I'm like mini Lamar when we drafted him, but frick, he was running pretty good. And this weekend, I think they play tomorrow or Sunday, whatever. Yeah. If he has another big showing.
I mean, I'd love to let them give him a start.
They'll obviously start Mac Jones, but Malik Cunningham could jump Zappy in the depth chart.
They should throw him in for some goal line reps, like Justin Fields' rookie year, what they did when they had Andy Dalton, and just have him run goal line.
Taysom Hill, stuff like that.
That's true.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Wait, what was I talking about? Zeke, yeah. I thought we were going around. So, Zeke, you got your Zeke in, right?
Yeah. Got her in.
Yeah, we'll go here to... We'll go to the prices, right, Joey? You're up here, and what position you got for us here?
All right, I got tight ends, so I'm doing the same thing that Jay did. I don't know, I just pulled up the ESPN rankings from execs, coaches, and scouts. So we'll start off with number 10 ranked on this list, Dawson Knox. Are you buying or selling?
I'm selling him big time. Dalton Kincaid, big issue there for Dawson Knox. I do like him as a player, but I think the Bills' offense is very pass-heavy, and Diggs wasn't the focal point of the offense. It didn't seem like last year. They weren't going at him all the time. This year they're going to, because he put that huge hissy fit up. And then also the big piece, Dalton Kincaid coming into the Bills offense. I'm selling Dawson Knox big time.
I'd sell him gradually. Maybe I'd buy him to start, but then as it goes on throughout the year, I'd sell him. But if we're doing straight up buy or sell based on them, I'd sell him.
Yeah, me too. I don't know. I think his yards will probably get cut in half this year, so...
Am I going to?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'd sell. I think they'll find a way to get both of them on the field at the same time, like 2 tight ends, 2 receivers, and then a running back. But like still, he's kind of the last receiving option on this team. So I'd sell. All right, number 9, Pat Freiermuth.
Tough.
I'll buy. I like him. He's good.
Yeah, I think I'll buy.
He did good with Pickett too this year.
Yeah, I'll buy because I don't think Darnell Washington is a threat
that
at all.
guy's
No,
shit.
he's not good. He's just a blocker.
He's just a blocker.
I don't really think he's a threat. And Freiermuth, he was getting good towards the end of the season. I think, always having a sturdy, just a
security blanket.
Security, 3-yard, 4-yard tight end who can maybe turn something into 7. It's like, he's good. And Freiermuth is pretty damn good.
Yeah, this is tough because you got to think who's in front. I think I gotta buy Freiermuth a little bit. I'm not gonna say he's gonna turn into a top 5 guy, but yeah, like you said, Pickett's security blanket. A young QB always needs that guy to go to. And yeah, Freiermuth was good last year. He was a rookie last year, correct?
Second year.
Second year.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
This is his 3rd year.
Because he was behind Eric Ebron the 1 year. Yeah, okay. So yeah, Freiermuth, he could take a big step up if we know it, but I don't see him being in the elite tight end category. But yeah, I'll buy Freiermuth a little bit.
All right, number 8, Evan Ingram.
Tough again. New contract. Calvin Ridley to that offense. I got. He got paid. What do you think?
I think I'll buy Evan Ingram just because it's a tight end position. I mean, it's a sneaky good position, especially if you got a top tier receiver at tight end.
Yeah.
That you can just mix in there and just do some sneaky drag release plays, like have him fake block, go out, and
He can
he'll
run
get
that
a
thing
sneaky
vertical
catch.
too.
Yeah, so I think I'd buy him. Calvin Ridley will make a big difference in the offense. He'll see extreme touches because it's not like he got hurt and he's coming off an injury. He's still fresh, ready to go. He's probably biting at the bit to get out there and play. And
I don't even know what the fuck that means.
And he's a great player, honestly, Ridley. So it's like. I think Evan Ingram. Yeah, I think you got to buy him still.
Go ahead.
I agree with you. I think he's gonna be the second guy that Lawrence goes to. I think he'll overtake Kirk.
Wow.
I don't really see Kirk doing much this year.
I don't either.
I think his role is just like a deep threat, like four targets a game. He'll get you like 70-yard bomb once every
Don't
2 or 3
draft Kirk in
games.
fantasy. Their most inconsistent player last year. I freaking couldn't stand
He was good
having
on
him
my
on
team when you traded him to me.
Anyways, Evan Ingram, I don't know, Doug Peterson, he likes to throw the ball a lot. ETN's even a receiving threat. I'm going to sell on Evan Ingram a little bit. I just think Ridley, Kirk, as well, I'm not pretty high on him, but still. They got Zay Jones, too, who Lawrence actually likes to target.
Really good.
And, yeah, I just feel like he's kind of like, he's in the middle of the pack of that target share, and I got to sell on him a little bit.
All right, next name, Kyle Pitts at 7.
I'll go first. Sell. I'm not high on Kyle Pitts. I think he is a bust. I don't like it at all because one, he's in a bad situation. I'll give him a little bit of slack, and two, he I'm not gonna say he can't stay on the field, but he has had injuries in the past for multiple weeks. He landed on IR last year, and 3, sell him. Just cause sell him.
If I was Kyle Pitts, I would have faked an injury to get off the field with Mariota. He threw so many suicide passes.
Until Kyle Pitts has a quarterback and a team I can take serious, I'm selling on him. Go ahead, Jay.
I'd buy him because I think Ritter will be good, and I think Mariota was.
Oh, Ritter's the next.
He'll be decent. Like he'll be a good distributor.
He's the future of the Atlanta Falcons.
Ritter?
Yeah.
No, he's not gonna be good, but he's gonna be better past than Mariota.
Didn't you say a couple months ago they won't do anything because they don't have a good quarterback?
That might have been an overreaction. I don't know. I don't remember saying that. But
Do you have the Falcons
if so,
winning
then
the division?
what?
Do you have the Falcons winning the division?
No, but I just think their offense will be a lot better this year.
Yeah.
Without Mariota, there's so many weapons.
I'll buy Pitts just because of what he did with a washed Matt Ryan at the end of his career.
He
There,
did 1,000
that's
yards.
why I'm just saying. It's like if he can do that, I think I don't think he'll get past what he did with the washed Matt Ryan. Like I don't think he'll go past that just because I don't think Ritter's like that good, to be honest. So it's like, but Mariota, like there's a difference between a passer and Mariota. Mariota's just trash. Like no disrespect, but like he isn't that good, and I think Pitts can do a lot better than what he did last year.
Yeah.
Another thing, Pitts needs to get in the end zone too for me to like him. So that too. Okay, let me ask you a question. Pitts or Darren Waller right now?
Darren Waller.
Okay. Go ahead, Joey.
I'm buying on Kyle Pitts just because Ritter's a huge improvement from Marcus Mariota. And then they have no receivers really other than Drake London. Matt Collins, he's all right. So
trash.
Pitts is going to get a lot more targets. And last year, I watched a lot of Falcons game because you know why. And every deep ball Mariota threw was like 10 yards behind or in front of
accurate.
That was depressing to watch.
Pitts could have easily had 1,000 yards if he had an accurate quarterback. If he had Mac Jones.
How much did he have last year, yards?
No idea, but he was hurt too, so
like
probably wouldn't get it.
I was going to say like 600, 500?
He probably wanted to be off the fields.
But yeah, I'd buy him Kyle Pitts. Next name?
Yeah, go ahead.
TJ Hawkinson.
Just yell it when you have the number.
What is it, 6?
Yeah, number 6.
That's disrespectful.
I'm buying.
Yeah,
I like Hawkinson a lot in this
too.
offense. What do you think, Ryan? Hawkinson, number 6.
I'm buying TJ Hawkinson too.
I think, okay, you guys say Kelsey, Kittle, Waller, Andrews. I think he's a top 5 tight end, no debate.
I think him and Goddard are in the same
I think he's better than Goddard, in my opinion.
he is.
But yeah, I'm for this rank,
Yeah.
I'm buying Hawkinson big time.
Yeah, me too. I think 6 is disrespectful. I think Goddard and him is a conversation just because I think Goddard's a better blocker. But I think Hawkinson in Minnesota, he's going to do so good because he plays basically receiver.
Yeah.
And he's Kirk's number 2 option. I think he's going to thrive there
How many
like he
yards
did
did Pitts
last
have?
year. You want to know? Guess how much?
300.
Yeah. 356. But I think he only played about,
Yeah.
like, 8 games.
How many games?
Let me check.
10 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was...
10 games,
I don't really blame
300.
him.
Yeah, 30 yards a game.
Yeah,
28
like,
receptions.
8
It's bad.
targets, or 8 targets, 2 receptions, 7 targets, 2 receptions.
How many touchdowns
like,
did he have?
Fuck,
He
2,
had
I think.
2. He has 3 TDs in his career.
Yeah. I think those will go way up.
In
this year.
27 games. As a tight end 1.
That's
He's
bad.
good. He's so good. I feel bad for him.
As a tight
Like,
end 1.
he's
3
gonna figure it
touchdowns.
out. He's a freak.
I feel like this is like if being a receiver on the Margaret Ave offense. You can't fucking get the
Jesus
ball.
Christ.
That's just running back sweep every play.
Okay.
We're on the blue
next
offense,
name?
too.
Yeah.
Darren Waller, number 5.
I'm buying.
Yeah, I think I will too. He'll be good. I
This
think-
is like right where I'd have him.
yeah,
This
me
is
too.
Can
so-
we hold? Or
This is so tough. I was just gonna say I'm gonna hold because I wouldn't take
Yeah.
him over Kittle, Andrews, or Kelsey. The one thing maybe he might have better stats than Andrews this year just because of he's the focal point of the receiving offense for the Giants, and Andrews is gonna get spread around now with OBJ, Zay Flowers, Bateman. Hold for me.
I'm buying on him.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm holding.
Okay.
What? Why
Who's
do you?
next?
Why would you say you'd buy?
I mean, Daniel Jones, like, okay, because really they don't have insane weapons, and
No.
Darren Waller has shown great potential as a tight
Right
end.
there.
So, and just watching this first little bit of the preseason game, that one drive, he looks good. He can get so much yards after catch. He takes contact well. So yeah, I'd buy him. Yeah,
Darren,
yeah.
I already said mine.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, number 4, Dallas Goddard.
Oh hell no! I'm selling him. Him. Garbage.
Selling him gradually, but like,
Well,
it's not
no,
like a
I can't.
huge
Sorry,
sell.
I can't. Actually, I'm sorry. I'm gonna take that back. I'm gonna buy Darren Waller. Sorry, because I didn't know
Okay.
Goddard was in front of him. I don't know. I thought there was someone else with Kittle, Andrews,
Well,
Kelsey.
would
sorry.
you put Hawkinson ahead of Waller? Because I would.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would.
But
But
then you'd probably keep him at the same
so
spot.
I don't know. I said I'm buying Hawkinson heavy, and then
Yeah.
because he's better than Goddard in my opinion, so he
Yeah.
jumps up, right? I'm gonna buy Darren Waller, and
Okay.
then I'm gonna sell. I'm
Goddard.
selling Goddard. Yeah, for sure.
I'll sell Goddard.
Yeah.
I guess.
I feel like I said bye to everybody. I'm gonna say
Yeah,
sell on
same.
this one.
Yeah, I'm selling Goddard too. And then, do we need to do the top 3 or like?
Yeah, we can go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, throw
All
him
right,
in there.
Mark
Well,
Andrews, number 3.
Don't have to do number 1.
Mark Andrews, number 3.
He
like,
can stay where he is.
I'll
I don't
just-
really care.
Andrews, I don't know. Like, I think.
Top
I
of his
think-
career. He's
Is this a
peak
hot take?
silver.
Andrews a better receiver than Kittle?
No. Well,
I
yeah,
think Kittle
no,
has
it's
better
not.
hands, but
Yeah.
I think Andrews
No,
is just
you
a
could
better
say that.
pure receiver.
Yeah, I think so.
I think Andrews is a better pure receiver. Kittle all around, yeah, because he's not close behind, and then Kittle's the best blocking tight end in the league. So,
Yeah, I think like, a lot of guys could jump
So-
Andrews this year.
what are you saying? I'll hold.
I'll hold on.
I'll just say sell because I think somebody could definitely jump him.
I'm
That's fair.
holding too.
Because the target share
Yeah.
too.
And then Kittle, number 2.
Yeah, I'll hold. Actually, I'm gonna buy a little bit just because I think he'll be better than he was last year. Because those 49ers
Yeah, he fucked me
quarterbacks,
over at the
they're
start
because
of
they're
last
not.
year.
They're not
they started
good
doing good.
without the 49ers system, and Kittle's kind of like the safety blanket, like we
Yeah.
said,
Yeah.
of the system, and he's a go-to guy for that team. So I'll buy him a little bit, and then obviously Travis Kelsey, right, number 1,
Yeah, number
Yeah, we
1.
don't even have to
need
do
to
that.
do
buy.
Yeah.
Love.
Skip.
I'm selling. No, I'm buying. You can't sell Travis Kelce.
But yeah, that's Price is Right tight
all
ends
in on
edition. We'll go to the next topic here. 3 breakout candidates for this upcoming season. I'm gonna start with you, Jay. Who's your number? Well,
Give me
like,
time to think, honestly, because I got 2 right now and I need to think of another one.
Okay, that's fine. You can go ahead.
So
Say all of
spread
them.
it out.
You just give us one. We'll go around with one.
All right, first one.
Actually, do you have a receiver?
no.
in there?
They're all defense.
All defense? Do you have a DB?
2.
Go ahead with your first defensive back then.
First defensive back, Damari Mathis, Denver Broncos.
Oi.
He is gonna show out in this defense because he has lots of support around him with pass Surtain, Justin Simmons. His job isn't too difficult guarding
not.
wide receiver 2, so
I don't actually.
I'm buying
no,
heavily in on him. Yeah,
Don't say heavily though.
yeah, I am.
Why?
He's the real deal.
Oh,
You'll
fuck.
see.
Now I see why your betting account lost so much money.
What?
He can't bet.
info.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah.
bet.
His dad's betting account. He was just advising him. Anyways, for me, who I'm buying, I'm Treverius Ward of the San Francisco 49ers. Like you said, his job isn't too hard either. He's in a great system. Steve Wilkes is a defensive backs coach originally. I think that, yeah, he's going to guard wide receiver ones, but he's covered over top with Hufanga. And for me, Treverius Ward, I feel like kind of like Mosley last year before he tore his ACL, how he was really good and he was going against these ones. He had a couple picks. Treverius Ward will look the same in the system for me. And, yeah, I got him breaking out.
Mine first breakout player is Chris Olave.
Yeah.
I think the second-year leap is a legit thing, and now he's got a better quarterback play.
Absolutely.
He had good numbers last year. He'll have better numbers this year, and now even if Michael Thomas comes back healthy, he could be a wide receiver 2 to start, and then if Thomas goes down or he plays better, he could be a wide receiver 1. And it kind of reminds me of maybe when Hunter Renfrow had that great year with the Raiders, like a little sneaky, efficient, great route running wide receiver.
Putting up numbers.
Where it's like he's going to be so reliable, he won't have a ton of drops. So I think Chris Olave will have prime numbers.
Go ahead, Jay.
All right, I'm going to go with another second-year wide receiver, but mine's Jahan Dotson.
Love
I think
it.
he was
I
in
love
and
that.
out of the lineup so much last year, and he was playing with Wentz, who wasn't horrible, but I think this year he's going to have a bigger role. I think Curtis Samuel will take a step back because he was pretty good last year. And I think he'll be a really reliable player from the same draft class as his quarterback, Sam Howell. So I think he's going to put up close to 1,000 this year. I think he's going to be a really good player for the Commanders.
All right, Joey, you want to go with number 2 here?
Number 2, another corner, Benjamin St. Juste, Canadian boy from Washington.
I was thinking about him.
Emmanuel Forbes is there now, so I don't know who will be guarding the ones there, but I think he's just a very technically sound corner. He fits right in there with Washington.
Yeah. Number 2 for me, I got a receiver here, DJ Moore. I just think that him and Fields, whenever a young quarterback gets their one, they're bound to explode. Hurts, A.J. Brown, Chase, Burrow. I don't even need to keep going on. It's evident that it's going to happen if you put great with great. DJ Moore, big season coming up.
Leading on to yours, my second one is going to be Sam Howell.
Oh, I love it.
Love it.
Because
That's a hot take.
It is, because now he's given the quarterback one trust. He's starting there. His weapons, Terry McLaurin, always consistent.
Yep.
What, Logan Thomas is still there, right? He'll be back healthy.
He's not bad.
He wasn't bad.
Like you
and
said,
then
another tight end, it's just a security
and then
blanket.
Jahan Dotson coming into his
Curtis
year
Samuel.
2 loop.
Curtis
Curtis
Samuel's
Samuel.
great.
They got a pretty good offense, not top tier, but it is a good offense,
Yeah.
and I think it's in a prime position for Sam Howell just to come be a facilitator. He seemed comfortable in the preseason
Cowboys
game the other day,
and the Cowboys game too,
the Cowboys game. He seems pretty comfortable. I don't think Ron Rivera is gonna overwork. That's. I don't think he'll overwork Howell, complicate it too much. I think it's a great spot for him to be able to succeed.
Joey, you're pretty excited about that take. What do you have to say about that?
Well, when he was in the draft process, I kind of had my eye on him. I think he's my QB2 behind. Gosh, I don't even remember anymore. Maybe Desmond Ritter, but yeah, I'm big on Sam Howell.
That
Pickett,
class was
Willis,
horrible.
Ritter. Yeah, that's not a ridiculous take, actually. Go ahead.
Guys, this one's like, I feel like it's not really a breakout, but it's more of a comeback.
Go
But
ahead.
it's TJ Watt for me. He was hurt all last year, and I think he's proven that he's among the league's best, and I think he'll make a run at Depoy again this year.
Yeah.
He's just so good, and that Steelers defense is so good. So
He's amazing.
yeah.
Go ahead, Joe.
All right, my third player. I don't even know if you guys will know who this is, but Troy Anderson,
Oh, the linebacker,
on the Falcons. He's just a great linebacker. He's fast. He's young. I think he's in line
What
for
year
a
is he
huge
going
year.
into?
Right?
Second year, I think.
Yeah.
Was he a high draft pick or kind of late?
He was like
I think
second or third round, I think.
Yeah, he was around there.
Okay. I definitely heard of the name, but obviously I'm not like too
He
familiar
was from
with
like
him.
Montana or some shit.
Yeah,
right?
Montana
some
State.
random.
But my third and final player, I kind of have 2. I already talked about Tyquan Thornton. I think he's going to be big for the Patriots. But my last one, I've been talking about him all year long. Sorry. I got Jordan Addison and the Minnesota Vikings. I'm just so high on this guy. Not only one, I do like the Vikings as a team. I just think this dude's legit off the jump.
Yeah.
I just think Jefferson obviously is going to get so much attention. Jordan Addison, I think he's good enough to... I think he's better than Thielen currently. I don't think it's ridiculous to say that, even though he hasn't played a snap in the NFL. He can take the top off defense. He can win medium. He can win short. He can give you some yak. But yeah, Kevin O'Connell, great system. I got Jordan Addison breaking out right off the jump.
Okay, my third breakout player, I got Cam Smith on the Dolphins. I just think it's a great... I just think it's a great
I like
spot
him
for him.
so much.
He comes in as a corner 2 or 3. I'm gonna say he'll come in as a 3 to start, which means he can ease in. He won't have a ton of pressure on him right away. And then he's learning from 2 of the best. I mean, he's learning for one of the best, Jalen Ramsey, on the sideline. And then
he'll be in his ear all season.
Him over preseason so far, he's had some nice pass breakups. But what scares me is it seems like he's getting banged up a little too much. Like he's out of practices with a little injuries. I just hope those don't pile up, but I think he's in a prime spot too.
And in pre-draft process, one thing that stood out for Cam Smith is his physicality.
Oh yeah.
He needs
his
to be
energy.
He needs to be physical to be a good corner, but if he's getting hurt a lot, it could hurt him. But I love Cam Smith as a player. You guys knew that.
Yep.
Go ahead, Jay.
All right. Well, when in doubt, I'm gonna pick a Detroit line. So I decided to throw in Khalif Raymond because with JMO being suspended, don't even act like you don't know who that is.
I know who that
but
is. He's garbage.
He's good.
Breakout. Come on.
Yeah, he can. And I'm gonna tell you why, because now that JMO's hurt and Chark's gone, he's gonna be the 2 for the whole
Is
year.
Marvin Jones not better than him?
No,
You could say
Marvin
he's
Jones
old,
is second team.
I think he's better than Khalif Raymond.
Marvin Jones is second
Was
team.
Khalif Raymond that just got extended the highest punt
He's not a
punt or
returner,
kick
but
returner
yeah.
in the league? Yeah.
But yeah,
So Khalif Raymond.
I think he had
how
about,
many yards?
I think
if
he
you
had
project?
I think last year he had around
500.
700, and this year I think he'll have around 800, 900. He'll be up there for sure.
Couple more touchdowns.
Yeah.
One thing I was looking at. I was just looking at receiving yard lines for this year, and I saw St. Brown over 1,000 on the dot.
Oh, I'd take the over. If he doesn't get hurt, that's clear.
Yeah.
Am I crazy?
No.
Because I looked at the line, and I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah.
I like that over.
Unless
for
he gets
people
hurt,
that bet, I
that's
don't bet
pretty
personally,
easy.
but yeah, bet the over on that.
I can personally guarantee that he will hit that unless he gets hurt. So, because that's like under like 55 yards a game.
Yeah, I hate to give the Lions credit, but that line when I saw that, I'm like, okay, that's a lock.
Yeah,
it's a lock. Any other names that you guys thought of that you want to chuck in?
Not me.
I was thinking one of the guys in the Steelers, maybe Kenny Pickett or
I was thinking Pickett.
George Pickens.
I was thinking
like,
Pickett.
I mean, they've
You
seen.
can't praise Pickens.
I know I can't, but like,
I hate him.
It seems like they got a good connection. I don't like Pickens
No, he's
personally,
terrible.
but he like I find that he can't get separation, and he just relies on his hands. But like, I mean, if he can figure out how to where it's only catching making these tons of acrobatic catches, I feel like they can develop a young connection there that maybe both of them can break out in the same season repetitively. Yeah. So I don't know, just a couple of thoughts in there.
The people I was thinking that I didn't end up putting in. I was thinking Kenny Pickett. I was thinking St. Juice because him and Forbes now he finally has some help, right?
Yeah.
One person that I want to throw in, which I think is pretty obvious to everyone, Garrett Wilson of the New York Jets. I feel like I didn't want to put that in there because it's just known, right?
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, #1 receiver. I think it's just evident. But yeah, Garrett Wilson in there. But yeah, nothing else. No other Tua maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Tua.
Yeah,
he already broke out.
You think
Yeah,
so?
he already broke out.
You think
well,
so?
I think he can do a full 17 game breakout.
Yeah.
I consider that a breakout if he didn't miss a game.
I'd maybe toss in J.C. Horn coming back
Yeah.
off an injury. I think
Chin?
No.
Why?
definitely
Not good,
Curl
he's
though.
Curl.
Cam Curl.
But yeah, J.C. Horn, yeah.
Yeah, I
like
mean-
like a comeback player of the year.
Yeah,
that just,
and just because of the injury, I think he can bounce back and just be in that lockdown.
But yeah, before we get to the AFC North record predictions, we got to do a would you rather, of course, and would you rather Marlon Humphrey.
Okay.
First name I'll start with you, Jay. AJ Terrell.
I'm just gonna take Humphrey right now because I haven't seen enough from Terrell yet.
AJ Terrell had that one good year, and everyone just wants to keep him in these top conversations, but I just don't hear of his name enough. But I think
Some say it's a good.
Marlon Humphrey is good. Like if you think about it, he is good. So I'll take Marlon Humphrey.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Marlon Humphrey. Fun fact about him too: he didn't let up a touchdown last year. Marlon Humphrey is one of these corners that's very physical as well.
Yeah,
he's underrated physically, and he might give up like the medium route play for like 20, 25 yards, but his red zone defense when he's up in press coverage, I think he's one of the best in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got Marlon Humphrey.
Yeah.
Number 2, your guy Xavier Howard.
I think he's gonna have a good year, Howard, but I'm gonna put Humphrey over him for now.
Yeah, I'll go Marlon Humphrey. I think they're two completely different corners,
Yes.
but I like to lean more to a man coverage corner because then they can really fit in any type of defense. So
Yeah.
Marlon Humphrey.
We were saying that earlier,
Yeah.
right? A couple episodes ago, we'd rather the man guys better in man than zone, and they're two different players. Howard, a couple weeks ago when we were talking about that, Howard was the corner 2 now. Now he's going back to these corner 1s when they go in man, right? So I'm gonna go Humphrey. I like the physicality and I like how he can play man better.
Yeah, like you guys said, I'm going Humphrey too.
Mm-hmm.
Next name, similar to him in my opinion, Stephon Gilmore.
Right now, I'm probably still gonna go Humphrey, but for me, it's like really close. I don't know. I think Gilmore really bounced back well. I thought his career was done once he was in Carolina, but
No,
now he's on the
Colts he was
Cowboys
good
and
last
he's
year.
Yeah, I'm taking
Sneaky
Gilmore.
good. Yeah?
I'm taking
no,
Gilmore.
I think it's close. I do love Gilmore, former defensive player of the year, but I'm currently I think I'm gonna have to take Humphrey. I think he's like slightly like if I were to rank corners, I think it would be Gilmore then Humphrey. I think Gilmore's still great though. Now playing with Diggs in that secondary,
yeah.
that's a
Because his name will be out there a lot more now that he's in Dallas.
that's a
lot
big
more.
secondary.
So I mean,
too.
he could easily put his name back up in these talks.
top
after-
5. He can be in
easy.
top 5 combos.
By halfway through the season, he could have his name sticking way up there.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going with Marlon Humphrey too
Yep.
for the reasons you said.
A couple. I want these kind of projections off the radar a little bit. Jamal Dean.
For next year, I don't. He's not that good. Well, he's good, but I'm not gonna take him over Humphrey right now.
Dean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go Marlon Humphrey.
I like Jamal Dean a lot,
Yeah.
but I'm still gonna take Marlon Humphrey.
I do like Dean, but I got to stick with Humphrey. He's just the more experienced corner. Experience does matter in the NFL,
Yeah.
especially for corner. And I'm gonna take Marlon Humphrey. Last name here, Asante Samuel Jr.
He had one lucky game, and now everyone's trying to throw him in these conversations. He's
like-
not. He's a good
I
ball.
think
He's
he's
a
very
good. He's a
good.
good ball hawk, but he's like, He's not locking guys up like Humphrey's locking guys up.
Yeah.
Humphrey.
I'm going Humphrey, but I mean, I like Asante Samuel because he's from DBU. So
Florida State.
I think Asante Samuel's a very good player. In that wild card game, I mean,
4 or 3 picks.
3 picks, I think it was. I mean, that's not
no
not
fluke.
fake numbers or anything, but just Marlon Humphrey, very good. So
Yeah, I'm gonna go Humphrey. I just want to throw it in to see if anyone would get spicy. I want to mention 2 more names. J.C. Jackson. Would anyone take him over Marlon Humphrey or no?
No.
Not after the injury.
I wouldn't either.
Maybe not
Patriot
over the
made.
transfer over
And then
it.
last one here, Denzel Ward, another AFC North corner.
It's very close, but I'd lean Humphrey.
Yeah, that's close for me too. I'm gonna go Humphrey though.
Humphrey. I don't like Ward.
Really?
Yeah.
Too small.
I'd go Humphrey as well. So would you guys have Humphrey top 5 corner, top 6?
5, 6, yeah.
I'd- I'm
Surtain,
7,
Sauce,
6,
Ramsey,
7.
Jair.
I was waiting for you to say Lattimore because I was gonna take Lattimore over him.
You would?
Probably.
Yeah.
I think we went over that. Would you rather?
Yeah.
Lattimore
Yeah, we
with
did that
Humphrey?
one.
We
Yeah,
did that
yeah.
last
Actually, maybe-
last week.
I think so.
He'd be in my
I forget
top
what
10.
I said, but
Yeah,
Usually around
he'd be
like
in my
6 or
top
7.
10.
I think.
Top
So
10
I'd
for
have to
sure.
break it down
For
on
Yeah.
a sheet to
mine,
see.
I don't
It's
remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's time for AFC North predictions. I feel like this division is one where it's like where you look back at the end of the season and something wild could happen.
Oh,
And
yeah.
if someone predicts it,
Mhm.
hey, have your moment of shine. I'll start here with number 4 coming in, Jay.
You want me to go ahead? All right. Well, number 4, I think the consensus right now, it's not like I honestly wouldn't be shocked if any team won this division or if it finished in any order. Other than maybe if this team came first, I have the Pittsburgh Steelers at 4.
Yeah.
I have them at 10-7 though. So I have this division winning lots of games. I think they went 9-8 last year. They're getting Watt back for most of the year, like I mentioned earlier. I just think Pickett's going into year 2. Their offense is only getting better. Their defense is going to be better. I wouldn't be shocked if they went up in the standings, like from where I have them. But yeah, I don't know. I got Steelers at 4.
10-7. Okay.
Yep.
Go ahead, number 4.
I got the Browns at 4 at 8-9, 2-4 in the division. I just don't think, based on what I saw from their schedule, and I gotta still see more from Deshaun Watson. Like, honestly, he played a bit of a preseason game, didn't he? And it was shaky for me.
Yeah.
Like, I just gotta see more from him. I mean, the Browns do have a good roster, but I think just the 3 teams in their division are a better
Stacked
team
division, in my
yeah.
opinion. Stacked. Yeah, for me, coming in at number 4, I do have the Pittsburgh Steelers coming in at 8-9. This team, to me, I think it's a well-built roster. I just don't think the competitive edge compared to these other teams in the division is enough to get them to in playoff contention. I like the O-line, what they redid with Broderick Jones, a couple more pieces. They still got Cam Hayward, TJ Watt, cornerstone of the defense. Patrick Peterson is going to teach Joey Porter Jr. the ways of the NFL and to be a corner. Minka, top 3 safety. They've got pieces all around this defense. Then the offense, Pickens, if he could break out, like we said, Deontay Johnson, he's a top 20 receiver, I guess, if you want to throw him in there. And yeah, Kenny Pickett, he'll take another step. Najee Harris, I think, will be better than last year because he has an O-line to run behind.
Yes.
And yeah, Steelers for me, 8-9, 4th in the division.
4th in division for me, same as most of you. Pittsburgh Steelers, 9-8. I think they get a winning season with Mike Tomlin once again. I think their roster's better than last year. I just think with Matt Canada, the OC there, he's one of the worst in the league. He's just so boring.
He is.
Play calling, and I don't see their offense being as good as people think, but this defense is very, very good.
If they go under 500, I think he's gone.
Oh, yeah.
Matt Canada.
Yeah, probably.
It's just kind of like this new generation is like more innovative play callers. He doesn't have that, so he's gone soon.
All right. Now on to number 3. I got 2 teams at the same record, but how I have
Division
it put
record,
in,
yeah.
I had the same division record for them as well, but I actually have the Ravens at 3rd at 11-6 and missing the playoffs at the 8 seed. So many good teams in the AFC. I had to kick somebody out. So I don't know. Their defense is good, but I don't think it's as good as the other teams in the division. Maybe it's better than the Bengals, but I'd take the Bengals offense over the Ravens right now. Their offense for me is just too much question marks right now. Could they be first in the division? I wouldn't be shocked if they were, because Lamar could return to his same form. But
he is him.
It's just so hard to say right now, and there's so many good teams in this division, so it's kind of hard to lay it out.
Respect him. Go ahead.
I got the Steelers coming in at 10-7,
Okay.
3-3 in the division.
Lots of wins.
I
in this
mean,
division.
yeah, lots of wins. I think the Steelers ended up with 9 wins last season. They did have a winning record.
Yep.
They did get better. They brought in Allen Robinson. I mean, if he can become what he was before he went to the Rams.
I forgot. Like they do have someone else, but yeah, he's
and
trash.
Deontay Johnson's good. I don't think you can call him.
You drafted him in fantasy. You should be calling him trash.
Okay,
anyone here, you should call him trash.
That's just because that was the year.
And Stafford is
Cup.
a racist.
That's the year Cup broke history. so that's kind of unfair, right?
Was it? No, that was last year.
No.
Was it not?
No, he came from Chicago last year.
Oh, okay.
Remember, because they were making the jokes that McVay and Stafford are racist because they could only throw to Cup.
Yeah, but no,
Benny
I think the Steelers got better, and I think they can pull out 10 wins. But
I agree.
I think it's not enough to get them in the playoffs, though.
No,
I think they'll fall short.
The AFC is so stacked.
You gotta win
can't
like
see the
11
Steelers
to
as a
get in.
playoff team.
Yeah.
For me, coming in at number 3, I do have the Cleveland Browns at 9-7-1. I'll tell you why. Let me tell you my reasoning. I have the Cleveland Browns. You can just tell they're one of those teams that would just tie out of
Predicting
the
a
blue.
tie is
So I'm
crazy.
predicting a tie. One happens a year, and why not try to predict it? I have them tying the Jacksonville Jaguars. Does that not just seem like a game that would tie?
It seems like one team would just win.
That seems like a Browns win.
It just to me, I don't know if this is
I got
either
a
going to be a
Browns
viral clip on House of Highlights. This guy predicted a Browns Jaguars tie, or it's just going to look like shit. So yeah, I got a tie for the Browns. It's just the most Browns thing ever to
That's
me.
like
I got them.
5,000
I got the
bet.
Browns coming in at 9-7-1, 3rd in the division. I don't have this team making the playoffs, sadly, even though I think this roster's stacked. I think this roster's amazing. Good O-line, top 3 running back. Receiving core is amazing to me. Cooper, Elijah Moore, DPJ, Njoku's a great tight end. Defense is good. Newsome and Ward out wide. They got Delpit over the top. Garrett and Zadarius Smith. Like, this team's stacked. I don't know if the one thing that could be holding this team back is Kevin Stefanski, but that's to be determined. I don't really know where I stand with him right now, if I like him or I hate him, but we'll see. Cleveland Browns third in the division.
All right, number 3 for me.
Josh.
Baltimore Ravens 9-8. This team,
Oh,
I'm selling on them. I don't think they're
piss
good
me
at all.
off.
I think Lamar Jackson, after that contract, he's just gonna
Playoffs or no?
He's out.
not even close.
Jesus.
This team's not that good. Their offense is totally different from before. And Lamar, I think he may lead the league in interceptions this year if they force him to throw the ball.
Oh,
They're
shit.
just not
Hot
very
take.
good. And the defense, Marlon Humphrey's out like the first 3 or 4 games. Their starting corner is Rocky Sin.
Marlon Humphrey's out?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he
hurt.
got-
He got surgery.
He got surgery on his
Yeah.
foot.
On
or
what?
something.
His
Foot.
like foot or
I
something.
didn't see that.
He's out.
Their defense is not as good as it used to be. It's the worst in the division. I'm not high on this team at all.
Is it? Ravens defense is always good though, so I'm not
I
gonna
don't
say
like
that.
the Bengals defense.
I think it's better.
I
than
think
the
I think that defense,
Ravens.
just the D line's stacked. Logan Wilson's good.
Trey
I-
Hendrickson's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, yeah. I
Their
didn't
defense is
mention
always
him.
good somehow.
I don't know. The Ravens defense is one of those, like, we were talking about the Saints.
I know what you mean,
identity
yeah, but-
defense. They're just always going to be good. Roquan Smith is one of the best linebackers in the league. He just got paid. He's going to be fresh. They got Kyle Hamilton second year. Marcus Williams second year with the Ravens. This team's good to me. I think they're going to be fine first couple of weeks. They've always been a high scoring offense when Lamar's healthy, though. Let's not forget that either. But yeah, Ravens
9-8.
third or second in the
Third. Yeah, they're missing the playoffs. They're not good.
whatever. Hater.
Okay, so
Second.
second team, I have tied with the Ravens. I have the Browns at 11-6, just squeaking in as the 7th seed.
I don't hate it.
I just think the roster is just super solid. From Watson, I think this year he actually has the off season. He's actually being able to be integrated into the offense. He's got Cooper as his number 1. I think he's gonna have a good year. Again, Nick Chubb, O-line, not much to be said. It's probably one of the best rushing attacks in the league. And then their defense is pretty solid too. Their interior D-line worries me a little bit, but they brought in Dalvin Tomlinson. He'll be decent.
Talk to them.
And then, yeah,
Yeah, I I was gassing the Browns roster. I was just too scared to take the jump and say they're going to
Yeah.
be better than the Bengals or Ravens. But go ahead, Ryan.
I got the Ravens. Also, at 10-7, but 4-2 in the division.
That's fair. What do you have the Steelers at in the division?
3-3. So like,
You had them third, right?
yeah, third.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I think they can squeak over the Steelers. For sure. I think this team is. I mean, they got the weapons. I still like OBJ. I think he won't come back in his prime form, but I think he'll still be
He
good.
does have like games where he goes for 100 yards.
Which
and then-
He'll
could be
miss
which
3
could be
games.
important games, but
He's a big game player.
they just got Jadeveon Clowney. They signed him today.
He's not. He's a rotational guy.
I still think he can.
D-line stacked, though,
Yeah.
the Ravens
Good
D-line.
James
They got
Houston
so many young pieces.
I don't think you'll be able to run against this team too well.
No, you
So
can't.
I think they're a team that 10-7 could get them into the playoffs as a 7 seed. I think they're still a good team. Like, honestly, I mean, the Bengals compared to them, I mean, it's not. I mean, it is. You could say quarterback difference, but it's not far off roster. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, coming in at number 2 for me, I have the Cincinnati Bengals at 12-5. I just think that they're gonna make the playoffs comfortably, but I just think that it's the Ravens' time to shine. I love the Bengals offense. I love everything about them. Joe Burrow, I'm not too worried about the injury. He'll miss week 1 max, but that doesn't really affect how I have this. I just think the Bengals are gonna win it. 12 wins is a ton, but yeah, I just think that this team I'm about to get into is a big time year. Go ahead.
Number 2, I got the Cleveland Browns at 10-7. Like you said, I'm high on them. I actually have them making the playoffs this year. I think Deshaun Watson, like Jay said, another year in the system, another offseason. Well, his first offseason with the team will be a huge difference, and actually a good receiving core. And then Nick Chubb, top 3 O-line with a good defense and a very good defensive coordinator. I think this team's due to make the playoffs.
yeah, I agree with you. And then for number 1, I got what most people probably have. I have the Bengals at 12-5 as the 2 seed. I just think this offense is just too good, and I think Burrow's like he's just gonna lead them to another division title. I think this year's closer than it was last year. I think every team's kind of primed to make a leap up in the standings. I think any team could really finish first, but as of right now, I'm gonna have the Bengals winning the AFC North once again.
Yeah, I have the Bengals winning it at 11-6. I think it's a pretty fair number. There's not much you can say about the Bengals. They're great. Maybe their secondary could hold them back, because I don't really know who's in there. I mean, Jesse Bates gone, Eli Apple gone.
Yeah, that's probably good.
If you want to mention that.
So it's like...
No, they still got young guys, Cam Taylor, Britt, etc.
Is Mike Hilton still there too?
Yeah,
but I don't know. The Bengals, you just can't go wrong with the Bengals. I mean, they're a great team. They'll always have a good offense. It'll be a good shooting offense. I mean, Joe Mixon, I think, beat his case. So he should be back. He should be back fully in training camp, not really missing anything. So I think the Bengals good. I think they can be a 2 seed, 1 seed again. I'm once again up there with the Chiefs. I think their offense just keeps them in all the games. So 11-6 is good for me.
Go ahead, Joey, with your number 1. Because I know you're about to get on me for what I'm about to say, so we'll just save it for the end.
Number 1, not too difficult, Cincinnati Bengals. Not as high as other people, but 11-6. I think it's fair just in the division they're in with the competition.
11-6?
Yeah, I think it's fair.
Yeah, for me, coming in at number 1, I have the Baltimore Ravens 13-4. I am fully bought into this team, and I'm willing to die on this hill. I just think that Lamar got the new contract, and he's going to be better than ever. He will be back in MVP form. Will he win it? I won't go that far and say it. But, yeah, the defense doesn't concern me just because I think they have so many players, and they just have a culture in that locker room where it will always be good, and no matter who's there, they'll step up in the position. The new weapons for me is really the big thing to get over, along with the OC. The OC, Todd Monken, coming in from Georgia, he's very pass-friendly, and I think he'll scheme up some things to help Lamar, even though he is not the best passer that people want him to be. Zay Flowers drafted, Odell coming in, Rashad Bateman back from injury, Mark Andrews, we know who that is. J.K. Dobbins is coming back. It will still be this RPO type of offense where Lamar has options to either throw, take the run, or hand it off. And then we will see these more downfield shots, whether it's to OBJ, Rashad Bateman, Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, kind of the security blanket again. He'll have his, which he always has. And yeah, I just have the Baltimore Ravens having a big-time year and winning the division. The Bengals can't win it every year, so why not the Ravens this year? Go ahead.
I want to ask, what seed are you going to release this? What seed do you have in the playoffs?
That's fine.
Because I'll tell you now, they're not winning 13 games with the college coordinator.
I think
and go through their schedule now and find 13 wins.
I'd rather bet them to lose 4 division games than lose 4 all year.
I have it's on my computer, but I'll pull it up on my phone. I have the Baltimore Ravens number 2 seed. I don't have them getting the bye. I have them at the number 2 seed.
Dude, they play so many good teams.
We can go through the Ravens schedule here. Let me just.
Every team in their division they could lose to. Plus they play.
It's a hard schedule,
the
but
Lions, Chargers, Jaguars,
don't kid yourself. The
Dolphins,
Ravens are one of the best regular season teams in the NFL. Like this
teams.
Yeah, they're good preseason.
I think they'll win 11 games max. You can give them.
Let me pull it up right here.
Yeah, I have them winning.
Well,
I have them winning 11, and I couldn't really switch anything else other than I could have them sweep the Steelers, but I don't really see that.
Okay, so I have them losing to the Bengals
twice or once. So what do you have them in the division?
Sorry, I'm just looking right here. I have the Ravens at 3-3 in the division.
Yeah, same.
So I have them splitting the division. I have them losing 1 out of division game. And that was to, let me pull it up.
49ers.
I have them losing to the 49ers. I have them beating the Chargers, beating the Jaguars.
Chargers, Jags, Lions.
I have them.
Seahawks. You have them beating all those teams.
And
Miami. And Miami, too.
When you have them, when you look at this team, honestly, a game versus the Steelers where the Ravens are going there is harder than the Ravens if they're going to LA, going to the Chargers for me. Because even though the Chargers are the way better team, AFC North, rivalry, etc. like that, I just have the Ravens big time, right? I said 13-4, yeah. If you want to say 12-5, sure, because they'll maybe slip one against the Chargers, Seahawks, Dolphins, right? I have them losing, splitting the division and losing to the 49ers. I think that Jaguars they played last year, that was an embarrassing game. I don't know if you remember it. Lamar played terrible. In Jacksonville, where Tucker went for the 70-yard field goal to win. Do you remember that?
I don't remember that game that much.
I don't either.
It was just they just played terrible. They let it slip. But yeah, I'm just heavily bought in here to the Ravens, and I think that Lamar's going to shine, and he's going to be back to his MVP form. And yeah, it's just one of those where I'm banking on a huge year. It's obviously not going to be the consensus pick, but Ravens for me first in the division. Did you already say all your seeds for? Because I don't have the Browns or Steelers making the playoffs. I have the Bengals at the top wild card seed, number 5.
My playoff seeds for the AFC North?
Yeah.
I have the Bengals as the 3rd seed and the Browns as the 5th seed.
So the best wild card team?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the Bengals as the best wild card team.
So they'll play the Jags, probably.
You'll find out.
12.
Who knows?
Oh my
I
God.
have the Bengals at 12-5, 5th in the
Cliffhanger's
conference,
crazy
and
on the
then
podcast.
I have Ravens. Ravens number 2.
I would rather bet the Ravens to go 2-4 in division than lose 4 all year. They could seriously lose 4 games in the division, and I would be surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could. Like, I think any one of the teams could sweep any one of the teams.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. I think almost every team will be 3-3.
That team. It seems like this division splits every year, though, no matter the
Yeah.
I have
rosters.
it 3-3 all throughout because I just
All
don't
the
know.
teams.
I
It's
just
too
have
hard to
Bengals
predict,
sweeping
yeah.
the Steelers.
Let me see
but
let me see the division records I have.
I guess I could switch that.
I have the Bengals at 4-2.
And sweeping
Yeah,
the
me
Steelers
too.
probably.
That's
Yeah.
what I have.
Yeah.
I have the No, I have them sweeping the Browns. Sorry,
okay.
Because Joe Burrow, he's pissed off that he hasn't beat the Browns. He's only beat them one time in his career,
Yeah.
so he's gonna be pissed off. I have them sweeping the Browns.
That's so random.
That's such like a random motive.
I have them sweeping the Browns. I have them splitting with the Steelers because remember that week 1, that just
Yeah.
they killed them. And then I have them splitting with the Ravens. I have
Damn,
the Ravens 3-3 splitting. I have the Steelers splitting. I have the Browns 2-4 because they got swept by Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
So yeah. Anything else we need to?
Nope.
No, it's probably good.
How's the game going? I can't really see.
It's baseball.
Anyways,
the Giants are up 21-3.
but yeah,
Killing them.
that's gonna do it for episode 18
Falcons
of the
are
Alec
Frengos.
Frengos show, and we'll see you next time.